the canopy.
Under 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 the canopy. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back to another episode of Under the Canopy. This time I have a very special guest close to my heart. Kiwi Kong.
What's up?
Kevin Kong, out here in the flesh. We're here at the UCLA Sculpture Gardens.
That's me.
Chatting it up. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing very good. I'm very excited for the special episode of Under the Canopy.
We might give each other a head. It might be very special today.
Oh.
But I always like to start out talking about how we met. And I think the way we met was pretty unique on some shit. So I joined a fraternity called Delta Sigma Pi, DSP at UCLA. And when I was rushing, you get bigs in our fraternity. And this man right here is my big. And I'm his little. And
Little Mood.
My handle on Instagram is Big Mood, but for him I'm Little Mood.
Little Mood.
But
You call me Big Daddy.
We've gone from being big and little, and that was our main relationship, to become friends, to best friends, and now we live together.
Yeah, it's very hype.
And
it's been a beautiful journey.
It's been a crazy process because I've known this dude for 3 years, but I feel like I've known him for a lifetime. And yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I was telling Mood about this. When we only knew each other for a year, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I only knew this guy for 1 year, but it feels like I've known him for my whole life.
I think it's crazy sometimes, relationships in life, you can know someone for such a short amount of duration, but the quality of the friendship is just miles ahead of other things you've experienced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. It's really, really crazy.
So something I like to do in each of these podcasts is look at my friends, look at their strengths and things I admire about them, and just ask them questions related to that. And something I've always admired about you, Kevin, and that other people have as well, is your drive and your ability to be cracked professionally. You know what I'm saying? And I know you don't value corporatism, neither do I, but I think it's something that I feel like a lot of people do value, so it's something I want to touch upon on some shit. So I know you have motivations of taking care of your family and making it big and chilling with the homies for the rest of your life. So has working in corporate increased or decreased your motivation to be successful outside of it?
By be successful outside of corporate, does that mean be successful in the goals that drive people to do corporate? For example, taking care of your family, doing all this stuff.
I would say if I'm correct in you, your dream is you want to be obviously rich and you want to bowl with your family and friends, right? Yep. Has that dream that you have, has corporatism made you want that more, or has it distracted you from your main goal?
I feel like my goal will always remain the same. I think it's not particularly about being rich, but being able to take care of my family and spend time with my friends and allocate essentially all of my time to doing things that matter to me most, right? And being able to do that comfortably when being safe in life, right? I think corporatism doesn't change my goal or my desire for the goal, because the desire to take care of my family no matter what will always be very strong. I think what corporatism, especially in high core positions or high finance or consulting, what it taught me is that really it isn't that my goal is any less desired or I want any less. It's more that there are better ways to do it that doesn't require. It's almost I feel like diving so deep into corporate slavery is taking the easy way out, not actually optimizing your talent for achieving your goals, right?
It's like being comfortable on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're comfortable being just being a part of the system.
I got
because
you.
The system promised you something, but you're not making it for your own path.
And now that you are 2 years out of college and you have a bunch of friends doing that type of lifestyle, do you think you've seen your friends start to lose their motivation for their dreams?
I feel like the perspective isn't. I think it depends what their dream is, right? I think if their dream was, so a lot of people who, let's say, go into investment banking, their dream would just be, I just want to be really fucking rich, right? Or and they just kind of want to climb the prestige ladder. If that's people's dreams, then I sort of see that happen where they're oh, I don't really know if I want this anymore, because their dream was centered on the system, right? The path.
And the material.
The thing is, I think what's different for me is the reason why I say my dream will never fade is because my dream wasn't hingent on the corporate ladder or anything like that. These were just mechanisms to achieve my dream. I think when people assign dreams to their careers, they should be dreams that are truly aligned to what they believe in life, and they shouldn't be dreams that are aligned to a single path, because these paths are just truly meaningless, right? It's just like
Yeah.
a random like, it's just like a money ascribed to a title, right? And if that specifically is your goal rather than the subsequent effects of it, then I think it's very easy to lose your dreams because they aren't necessarily real dreams. They're just like,
there's like these dreams that have been force fed to you or
Yeah,
some
exactly,
shit, right?
exactly.
And it's crazy because, bro, I was talking to Ravi the other day, and he was telling me that he works from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Isn't that fucking crazy, bro? Like he's like, yeah, all I do is fucking work. And I want to like die. You know what I'm saying? I want to kill
Yeah.
myself and some shit.
no, that's crazy.
And I think it's crazy that for all the people we know at UCLA, they're such smart, talented, driven individuals, and it's crazy that they were force fed this dream in a sense, and then now they have to like be like, fuck, everything that I was taught in a sense is just complete bullshit.
Yeah,
And
agree.
I still admire them for going and working at the highest positions and striving for their goals and all that. But I think it's sad to see that like they almost lost their direction in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, you're totally right. I think like people are it's also so hard to see from. I think the moment I sort of enter the world where like, oh, you basically beat the game in the system, you sort of realize just how meaningless it is, right? Because it's really you're just starting because there's always another ladder to go, right? And when you keep on changing your dream or your aspirations to fit what you're given, you're never living for yourself, right?
Exactly.
I think it's totally fine. I think it's very good and very, very smart for people to leverage these opportunities to achieve what they truly want to achieve, right?
Exactly.
But when what you want to achieve is, it's like if you're trying to build a house, but what you want to achieve is, actually, this is a bad analogy. I was gonna say it's cutting wood, but you're not building a house. So it's not like you want a house. You just want wood.
Yeah,
It's kinda weird.
I see
You
what you're
see
saying.
what I'm
It's almost like, it's like you want to have a family of your own, but you're just chasing a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can go and get the nicest house, but that doesn't mean you got the family with you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly.
So I think what you said is entirely right about leveraging the system to get out of the system. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to touch on the pros and cons of corporate America because so many of our boys are doing that. And I think some of the pros of it is that it gives you validity to what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers see a title and like, oh, this motherfucker's smart. This motherfucker's capable. And then from there, you're able to like, bing, bam, boom, climb up the system on some shit.
Yeah. I feel like, no, you're 100% right because, I mean, no matter what, because we live in a world that's kind of defined by the system, right?
Yeah.
By colleges, careers, whatever. The fact of the matter is, no matter what, everyone has to play in some way. Maybe 99% of people have to play in some way because to get to a position where you can climb out or escape, right, you need to have the accolades to be respected enough to do so, right?
Exactly.
So to some degree, I think it's important for everyone to assess what they can pick out of the system, what they need from it, and then when they have the adequate resources, believe in themselves to execute on what is needed to actually achieve the goals that they truly want to achieve, right?
I got you.
Yeah.
No, I think that's beautifully said. I wanted to touch upon dreams because I know when you were a kid, you wanted to be a motherfucking actor.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to just talk about, for you, how has your dreams changed throughout the course of your life?
Oh, yeah. I think when I was a kid, like, acting is fun, right?
Yeah.
I kind of just like, I
It's
think
lit,
it'd be
bro. It's
yeah.
lit.
I kind of like, I like the glory. I like the public attention. You know, it's kind of fun, kind of goofy. So you know, it'd be a fun lifestyle. Also, I think anything entertainment centric, I would have been like I would think it's really fun because I like entertaining people.
Yeah.
Stand comedy, whatever it is. But I think at some point you have to like do a big reality check, right? If I was like came from like a rich family, I'd definitely do it, right? I wouldn't be messing with anything remotely centered around like corporate or business related. But at some point you have to realize like my desire as a goal, my true dream wasn't to be an actor, right? Like I said before, the true dream is never a career. The true dream is what is aligned with my life, right? My life, what I care about is my family. So, and I want to do exactly what is going to work the best to give them the future that I want to build for them, right?
I think that's beautifully said. For me, I remember when I was a kid, right? I wanted to be like a billionaire. I wanted to be the world's richest man or some shit. And I realized growing up, I didn't want to be a billionaire. I didn't want to be super rich. I wanted the things that I was able to do with the money.
Exactly.
And the things that I wanted to be able to do with the money was just help other people, help my friends, help my family, help the world in some sense. Because I believed from a young age is like, I saw all this corruptness around the world, right? And I was like, damn, if a motherfucker like me got the hundreds of billions, the world would be such a better place. And that's why, like, by realizing that and shifting my focus, not from like the action itself, but the derivative, I've been able to more align my dreams in a sense. So that's why I'm doing shit like this under the canopy, where I'm talking to my friends, getting to know them better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really want to do collective conscious, where I just help motherfuckers out on some real shit. And I think it's really important to like psychoanalyze yourself and understand, what do you really want. It's not necessarily like the thing that you want, right? It's not necessarily like, oh, I want the bad bitch. You want the everything else that comes with the bad bitch, like the social like hierarchy, the acclaim, being like, oh dog, my ego, like I got the bad bitch. And you don't want the expensive car. You want everything that comes around the expensive car. And I think something that has truly allowed me to see this is psychedelics.
I love shrooms, bro.
I love shrooms, bro.
I love shrooms.
And I think genuinely, like, once you've taken shrooms, your understanding of the universe and life and your place within it is just heightened.
Well, I agree. I mean, so for reference, under the Canopy boys, when back my senior year of college, I used to be the ultimate non-believer in drugs, like in psychedelics. To be honest, I still think that most drugs are pretty dumb. Like, you don't have to do them. But the one thing Mood was telling me, like, Kevin, dude, you gotta do shrooms. You gotta do shrooms. You gotta do shrooms. I was like, fuck no, why do I do that shit, right? And then he's like, Kevin, you gotta do it. And then he put shrooms in my hand. I was like, I'll flip a coin. If it's heads, I'll take it, right? So I put my fate in the world's hands. And the world did me right. So taking shrooms genuinely, I think, is like, I didn't even know that you could experience heaven on earth. It's quite literally the way I describe it. It's because your soul is brought out and it's viewing the world rather than your physical senses, right? The way that Mood described it is your subconscious is a murky pond, but it's perfectly clear on shrooms. So I think it's very true. And that's what he's talking about with, oh, you sort of see the derivative of your desires. I think on that topic of seeing the derivative of your desires, I think is so important, because it sort of gives you a pathway to outline your life in an optimized way that lets you live the way you want to live in the short time you have. Because if you can assess why you want certain things and the derivatives behind it, you can better identify what you truly want and live a life that aligns with that.
Yeah. I think it's just what you were talking about, heaven on earth, bro. Like, you take shrooms for the first time, bro, you be looking at the trees, the grass, you be looking at the colors, and like, fuck, the trees were this beautiful, the grass was this vibrant. And it really, bro, like, if you haven't tried shrooms, do motherfucking shrooms, bro. I feel like exactly what you were saying, bro. Like, there's a few drugs that are worth it. I feel like, in my opinion, shrooms are worth it. Weed is worth it. I don't think alcohol is worth it. I hate alcohol. Alcohol is not worth it at all.
You never hear a motherfucker be like, oh, nah, dude, I'm sorry, I was high. It's always, I'm sorry, I was drunk.
Exactly.
You never see motherfuckers cheating when they're high. You never see motherfuckers doing
being
stealing,
abusive, bro.
being abusive when they're high. When people are high, they just chill it. They're being good humans.
Oh, God, bro. So shrooms, weed, what else is worth it, bro? Coke is not worth it. Ketamine. I think ketamine can be worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's being used in LA in therapy sessions.
Yeah.
But honestly, just shrooms is the GOAT one, bro.
Shrooms is just different. It's actually
shrooms is different, bro.
I kind of want to take some shrooms now.
Bro, Kevin was hyping up these shrooms that he got from the Bay Area for the longest motherfucking time, bro. And Kevin, the way he is like, he'll either gas something completely or he'll just like diss on something completely. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking in between at all. So I was like, fuck, I really don't know what to come with this. But last night, my homie Josh came over. We were bored in the crib. We're like, you know what if we did like a little microdose? So Kevin was nice enough to like bless us with his little shroomies. We took a little bit, and bro, I'm telling you, one of the best experiences I ever had, bro. Like, my body was feeling nice. The thoughts I were having were like unique, but not like overbearing on some shit. Fantastic shrooms. And something I do genuinely love about shrooms is all the strains have different effects, and you could really like pinpoint the different effects on some shit.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I think what really sets... Wait, when I tried these shrooms, normally I just take the shrooms and whatever, the cool, nice experience. When I tried these shrooms though, I had to go back and buy 3 more, like, packs, because I was like, dude,
this is that good, dude.
This is just like the best shrooms I've ever had, and like, it was just like different. It was just perfect. So like, I'm only taking these from now on.
I wanted to. This is something I really want to talk about, because the way that we bonded initially was through A, The Dictator, and B, anime.
Yeah.
And I know what your response to this question is going to be. But what's your favorite anime and why?
Bro, my favorite anime is Naruto, bro. As you can clearly see from my Crocs.
Oh yeah, he's repping right now, bro.
Dude. I'm always repping. Naruto, well, alright, objectively, right, I can see there's a lot of flaws with the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me personally, I think a lot of people in the world that have grown up watching Naruto, I think I've just been greatly shaped by the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think because kids are so influenceable, what they see is sort of what they become, or who they try to act like, right? It's not like saying I act like anyone particular in the show, but I think just the vibes of it.
Nah, he does act like someone in the show. Young Minato, bro. No, not young Obito.
Oh yeah, low-key.
This dude is young Obito.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like it's just different. Like it just inspires so much. And I also think that Naruto in itself teaches a lot of, its values are very aligned with my own, you know? It's about like being loyal to your homies, supporting like the OGs.
You know what's crazy? When I was graduating from 8th grade going into high school, I don't know if I ever told you this, but 8th grade I was really big into fucking Naruto. Like, it was all I would watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grinded the original, I grinded Shippuden, and I made like 7 rules for myself, and all the rules were based off of like Naruto.
Bro.
Going into high school, it was like, never betray your Nindo way, never betray your friends, accomplish your dreams. Because like that's what it really teaches you on some shit, that you can really accomplish anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now growing up, I realized that this motherfucking Naruto had like the ultimate jackpot and the ultimate lottery. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, this dude was the incarnation of a literal like demigod on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
He was blessed.
He was blessed,
He was also
bro.
the son of the 4th Hokage.
It's like Naruto is like a motherfucker being homeless, and then when they turn 18, they realize that they have $1 billion in their bank account. You know what I'm saying? That ass is Naruto. But I have 3 questions pertaining to Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite fight in Naruto?
Oh, dude, it'd definitely be Itachi and Sasuke versus Kabuto. Just because
Goated.
Itachi was probably my favorite character, and I also really like the 4th Hokage, so those 2 are tied, but objectively, 4th Hokage has no long fights. They're all just flashbacks, like they're 3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
But Itachi, at the end, he just got all the glory. He like saved the war. He was recognized as a hero, right? Everyone knew that he was raw, and there was no more dispute that he's just goated. So that's why I really fuck with it.
Goated.
He's just different. He OP.
Itachi is one of the most well-written characters in all of fiction, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The position that he was placed in to either save his village or save his family, and like the dichotomy of that, bruh, so goated, bruh. And the things he did for his family, bruh, so amazing. I was gonna ask you next favorite character, but I think you just answered that with Minato, right?
Minato and Itachi, yeah.
What you like most about Minato?
He's just so clean, dude. He's so clean.
Bruh, his fight versus Obito, when he does the flying Rasen on him, bruh. Oh my
god, dude. You know, when I was a kid, I made a Minecraft animation of that fight.
Deadass?
Yeah.
That's hype.
Yeah, I was so nerdy, dude. I was just Minato and Itachi, dude. Oh my. I had an email named Uchiha Minato.
Oh my god, bro. I think what would be sick is if the Shonen Jump, if they made like mini series about like a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
Like if they did like a 5-episode series about Minato, and like this motherfucker fought 1,000 people.
Yeah.
He fought 1,000. If that was animated, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Crazy. I honestly think if they made a Naruto sequel, which is ass, right, Boruto.
Yeah.
But if they made a Naruto prequel, that would go crazy.
It would go crazy.
Imagine how crazy it would be to see the formations of all the clans, like how the dynamics were, how the Uchiha Senju were, and they were just murking motherfuckers left and right.
And also with Naruto, the thing I love about it is like there's so much history. And like motherfuckers be glazing each other. They're like, oh, the 3rd Raikage is goated, bro. And then you never get to see the 3rd Raikage do anything, bro.
No, they be meat riding hella, bro.
Especially when it comes to fucking
Hashirama
or Madara. Oh my god, the king of shinobi.
Bro, for no reason, if someone gets revived, nah, dude, that's because he had Hashirama cells in him. like his cells are like curing diseases.
Bro, they would be talking about like a random motherfucker in Naruto and be like, he's 1/100th of Hashirama's power, bro.
Yeah, dude.
This is not talked about enough, But I feel like Naruto does have some good filler episodes.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite filler episode?
Oh, I definitely do. Wait, let me think about
I'll go first. My favorite is when Naruto is a punk ass motherfucker and Sasuke's like hella simpy. Do you remember that, bro?
Oh, it's like the alternate timeline.
It's an alternate timeline, right?
Yeah.
That's the one where Hinata had like she was like hella slutty on some shit, bro, and she had like the red dress.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh
bro.
yeah, it's the opposites world.
It's opposites world,
Yeah.
bro.
I feel like a hella fuck. So when I watched Naruto as a kid, it was like a comfort show, right? So like I'd be eating ramen at home or something. Dude, we had so much time when we were kids. I'd be eating ramen at home. I'd be like, oh, let me throw something on. And honestly, what made me like very felt comfortable was like these random ass filler episodes where they're just having fun, right? They're just like kids and shit. I think what really actually makes a lot of people say Naruto is ass because of fillers, but to be honest, in OG Naruto at least, I think the fillers are actually what made Naruto so essential to people's lives because it showed the entire lifestyle rather than just the hype parts. So you were able to see everything. You were able to see his side quests to go eat ramen. They would say that whole episode of just like motherfuckers stealing ramen or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think also a good one is when Kakashi, he was the photographer. And like he did the face
Oh
reveal.
yeah, that one is clean.
That was
Yeah,
a
I love the
good one.
Kakashi ones. There's also one where he's like, they showed him getting like a bad bitch. And
Oh, where he
everything.
makes out with her?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh my god! And that girl was like she was like a shinobi from a different
Yeah.
village or some shit. Those are all goated.
Kakashi got so much aura.
I wanted to do some head-to-heads, and I want you to like really like deep dive into why the answer you pick is the answer you pick.
yeah.
Ready? Death Note or Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
Oh, that's a really good
That's a
one.
good mashup, huh?
That's hella good. Okay, so I think both are obviously really good. I think in terms of which one is better, or like just like overall better, and that's like the question, right? I have to go with Death Note. Why? It's just Cyberpunk, of course, is really good, right? But Death Note made a cultural mark in history. Like people know the concept of Death Note is different. Like that's actually different, right? Write someone's name in a notebook and they die, right? And they executed it very well. There's some discussion about whether or not the ending was good or what happened after, like, you know, L and everything. But there's just no dispute that it left a giant cultural mark on the world, right? People are making like skits about it. They, oh, if I had a Death Note, what would I do, right? It's just like Cyberpunk is also goated, but Death Note is one of a kind.
I actually, when I was writing down this question for you, I really was debating it. And I do love Death Note, you know what I'm saying? I think it launched an entire subgenre of anime and manga that was more gritty and more dark.
Yeah.
And also, like, the morality of Light Yagami is crazy because this motherfucker is deadass like an anti-villain or anti-hero, however you want to call it. Because, like, this dude was, like, being raw. You want to put your legs up?
I'll put my leg is on you.
All right. Wait, make sure you're in the frame. But the more I was thinking about this shit, bruh, low-key, I'm going to go with Cyberpunk.
What?
Because it's so realistic to, I feel like, the world we're going to go into soon.
Oh.
Like, David Martinez is just so fucking raw because he's relatable. His mom is like struggling to make money. His mom just wants him to like have a good future. The way that technology is going, I think it's just such a perfect depiction of where we're going as a society. And watching that, I was like, fuck. That's gonna be like my grandchild or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Your grandchild not gonna be a bionic person, dude.
He is gonna be a bionic person, bro. That's where we're going, bro, as a society.
I can see it. I think something that prevents me from saying that Cyberpunk can just be like that good in of itself, it's just because, well, you know, Death Note had more time to flush everything out, right? It had more time to, like, it had more episodes, they had more everything. Cyberpunk, on the other hand, only has like 10 episodes. So
That is true.
So the world building just isn't as wide. So I think it was fully fleshed out, like fully done.
Yeah.
I can see it. But
so if they launch a second season, and it was, let's say it was 90% as good as the first season, right? Would you put Cyberpunk above Death Note?
I think as a show, there could be a huge case for it, right? The evenness. But I still think it takes years to see the impact it has, right? Because Death Note's been around for like 15 years, and people still to this day are like, damn, Death Note is raw. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
In 15 years, are people going to be like, is Cyberpunk raw? We don't know yet, right?
That is true. That is
don't
true.
know.
Okay, my next mashup. Ready? Attack on Titan versus JJK.
Okay. So personally, I like JJK more because I'm just more of a shonen guy. Right?
Yeah.
I really fuck with Gojo. I just like the sort of the vibes and sort of like what they're curating. But objectively, like Attack on Titan is actually just objectively better. I like JJK more, but Attack on Titan is better.
Yes.
Like Attack on Titan is low key So a lot of people have debates of what made anime mainstream. I think it's Attack on Titan. It's that one anime where like if a motherfucker says, "Oh, I don't like anime, I don't want to watch it," you're like, "Oh, watch Attack on Titan," right?
That's true. That's very true.
That in and of itself is like, oh, they're gonna like it, right? Because if you come up to if any random person says, "I don't like anime, what am I gonna watch to like anime?" No one is gonna say JJK over Attack on Titan. You have to say Attack on Titan because Attack on Titan appeals to every single age, right? It appeals to everybody.
Yes.
And it's just really, it's like different. And that storyline is just kind of different, right? JJK is like very shonen, like it's a nice story, you know, it's cool, has nice characters, but the depth of Attack on Titan is like low key unmatched.
I completely agree. I think Attack on Titan. I stopped watching after season 4, part 2. I never finished it, but I know what happens with the rumbling and all that. I think just the way Attack on Titan, like from point A to point Z, is just a complete story. I love the action in it, the like mystery, the eeriness of it all. And then when you figure out things in Attack on Titan, you're like, fuck, bro.
That was actually crazy.
Like when you figure out like that, I'm blanking on the name, but like what's the other civilization called?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's Eldia and the mainland?
Yeah, the mainland. Whatever the fuck.
yeah.
Like when you realize that like all the Titans are being sent from the mainland.
That's crazy.
And it's all a conspiracy, and all the Titans are just like serum. Yeah. And like when they inject the motherfuckers with Titan, they push them off the wall. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, no, that's just hella crazy. I mean, when I was first watching it, I didn't really understand shit, but because I was following when it first released, right? So I was really young. I was like in middle school. I was like, dude. And initially I was like, I fuck this anime. I don't fuck with it because I thought it was just like Titans coming. It's kind of scary or whatever. But when I was older, the later season came out. I was like, damn, this shit is raw.
This shit is raw, bro.
Yeah.
Ready for the next matchup?
Yeah.
Food Wars versus Psyche K.
Okay, so Food Wars is obviously gas, right?
Food Wars is gas. People be sleeping on Food Wars.
Food Wars is hella hype because it's a very good homie show, right? But Psyche K is so funny, dude.
I love
Psyche K is actually the funniest shit. Like, so I was watching. So you know how you watch movies on airplanes and it's like the experience is like 50%, like 20%, right? Because it's like ass.
Yeah.
I was watching Psyche K on the plane to Hawaii, and I binge watched the whole thing, and I laughed out loud every episode. It was so good. Like I genuinely laugh out loud.
It's such like a niche type of humor, but it's so fucking funny, bro.
It's gas.
I genuinely love Psyche K, bro. Also, I think the interesting thing is though, a lot of people don't like Psyche K. Yeah. And my last episode I did with my friend Mark, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't see the appeal of Psyche K."
That's crazy. I mean, actually, I can see it. So, because Psyche K is like hella sped humor. You know
it's very sped, bro. Yeah. Also, Sam doesn't like Psyche K either, right?
Psyche K. But I love Psyche.
I love Psyche K. Nendo is one of the
Nendo
funniest.
Is so good. Mike is Nendo, bro.
Nendo is just. I think it's just so relatable, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have all the characters that are in Psyche K. Like there's deadass like your homies. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like they're very stereotype version. Like they're extravagantly stereotyped people, right? Which is really dope because you know people who are like that. But there's exaggerating Psyche K, so it's just so funny when something happens.
You know who Mikey is? Who? It's like the fantasy dude, the one with the blue hair.
Oh yeah, he's like, the brother of the dude.
I must go save the princess from the demon lord.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he'd be like that for real.
Okay, something that you specifically have put me on is your love of food. You are a big foodie.
I love food,
and I feel like you have a pretty good palate. So I'm gonna paint some situations for you, right, Kiwi Kong? And I want you to say what you would eat. You know what I'm saying? And it can be any food in the entire world, right? It's a rainy night. It's around 7, 8 p.m. You're hungry and you're alone. Where would you like to eat?
It's a rainy night. I'm hungry and I'm alone. It's 7 to 8?
Yeah. It's like late night. Ooh. It's rainy.
Late night, like 7 to 8 though.
7 to 8. You know what I'm saying?
And I have no one to eat food with.
You have no one to eat food. Just
but I'm hella hungry.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're hungry. Yeah, you're hungry. Where is you munching?
Am I at home?
What?
Am I at home?
You can do whatever you want. But what food are you eating? What food and like what environment?
Yeah, but I know. But like I need to know what environment it's because I know my options.
Okay, you're at home. Sure, you're at home right now.
Rainy. So if it's rainy and I don't have anyone to eat with, it depends. So sometimes I'm feeling extremely adventurous and I want an experience. I'm like, bro, I'm just go out and eat something.
Yes, absolutely.
And drive somewhere. But to be honest, if it's rainy and shit and like I'm alone. Honestly, I probably just want to order some DoorDash and chill and eat, right?
Okay.
I think it depends also what I ate earlier that day. Let's say I didn't eat all day, right?
Yeah.
So there's no cuisine that's already in my thing. But to be honest, I think the more homey it is, the better, right? Honestly, I probably eat some like low key. I order Domino's pizza. Or some shit, bro. That'd be good. That's
a good answer. I think for me, rainy, I'm at home alone, I'd get some cocoa curry.
I can see that. Yeah.
I think that's for me. Okay, ready for the next situation? You have just spent a long ass day hiking with your homies. Everyone is hungry as fuck. Where are you going?
Oh, this is easy. So when everyone is hungry after a hike, this actually happens to me a lot. Because whenever the homies come home and visit, right, I always take them to like Eagle Rock hike, which is a fire hike. And then everyone's hungry after, and like, Kevin, what do you want to eat? I'm like, there's two options, hot pot or KBBQ, right?
That's very true.
Because I just really fuck with it. Like, it's like, if I know I'm with my friends, with a lot of people, these are, KBBQ and hot pot are like very sociable eating, like areas, right? Normally it's like just the general ambience of cooking your food, seeing the smoke and everything gets people more lively. And that's like a very homey feel with your homies. So naturally, I really gravitate towards those, like KBBQ or hot pot.
Okay, great answer. I think for me, I would go exactly the same. I think KBBQ, like after a long day of hiking and doing bullshit, bruh, sitting down with the homies, it's just such an unmatched vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
Also, it feels like a reward to a long day of like just busting your ass.
Exactly. Because on the first one, when you're like at home on a rainy day, you didn't earn KBBQ.
You didn't earn it, bro.
You don't deserve that shit.
Yeah.
But after you do a hike, dude, you got to reward yourself and the boys.
Absolutely. Okay, my last situation, right? You wake up with your shawty in bed. Your shawty's like, Kevin, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Where are you eating with your shawty? Breakfast time. So like
breakfast time.
Yeah, so let's just say like anywhere from like 9 a.m. to 12.
It's a weekend, of course. Right?
Yeah. Anywhere in the world.
So they hungry. Am I hungry?
You hungry.
I'm hungry too.
You're hungry too.
I can eat anywhere?
You can eat anywhere in the world. Let's say like Matt, you can wake up in Tokyo. You can wake up in Europe.
So we're talking about like I can choose any food.
This is for all the situations. Anywhere in the world, bruh.
Damn, bro. Well, I'm gonna post up. Well, so I'm thinking about very initially already. I'm escaping the United States of America. I'm probably posting up in either China or Japan.
Okay.
Where do I eat?
Where are you eating?
What am I eating? So normally, like if I post up in Japan for lunch or something, I post up to like ramen or some shit. But the thing is, I can choose anywhere. I can't choose that. Even if it's in the middle of the day, I need to choose something hella gas.
Hella gas.
Honestly, I'm thinking, so I really fuck with like Chinese like breakfast stuff. So like these are things like youtiao and stuff like that, right? It's like a Chinese donut, and also like some pudding. It's like a salty pudding. So I go to China, go to like a broke ass area, and just eat that shit.
Just
like
feast
on it.
Type shit. I think for me, breakfast with my darling cat, I think I would go to Bottega Louie in DTLA. Really nice. Like the waffles there are phenomenal. Also the coffee there. You have some macaroons on the side. That's what I would personally pick. All right. Now I want to just hone in on Los Angeles. What is your favorite food in Los Angeles?
My favorite food in Los Angeles? Oh, it's easy. I have 3 off the top of my mind.
Go.
So number 1, Din Tai Fung is, although it's everywhere,
banger.
It's a staple. Right?
I love
Din
Tai Fung, bro.
Number 2 is this newest spot called Mian. A lot of people, it's like whatever. For me, I just really fuck with rice noodles and I really fuck with spicy noodles. And they just do it better than anyone else I've ever seen.
That is, their beef noodle soup is
it's really good.
Banger.
And so this is, so...
I know what you're going to pick for your third one, by the way.
So I have 2 options for my third one.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Wovo.
That's one of them. So that's the first one, Wovo.
I just knew that shit.
It is by far the best Italian food I've ever had. I've been to Italy. I've been to all Europe. I've been everywhere. Nothing compares. Like, it's just so good.
That shit is
like, it's actually
good,
different.
Bro.
The other one is Meatloaf. So I love Meatloaf. Now, Meatloaf is like a broke-ass Korean barbecue spot, right? But they got some nice sides.
Yes.
But I think there's a sentimental value to Meatloaf that I just really like about it. Because I've had a lot of nice experiences there. I had a birthday dinner there. I've been going there all college. To be honest, I can't really taste the difference in the meat. So I really fuck with their sides. It's cheap and affordable. It's like, it's just something that everyone would kind of just be down for because it's kind of cheap.
Absolutely. Also, the thing I love most about Meatloaf that's not talked about is the circle tables, bro.
Yes, bro.
It creates such a nice vibe because I can talk to everyone perfectly. If you with like 6, 7 motherfuckers, you guys are a rectangular table, the motherfucker at the end of the table and the other end, they're not talking.
Yeah, that's so sad.
It's so sad. Like, I love that it's
up.
a homey environment. I think for me, for the best food in Los Angeles, I really like Hatchet Hall. It's like American food. They're on the Michelin guide, but I really, really fuck with them. I really like Whole Box. It's like seafood and Mexican fusion. I really like Kazunori. Like their hand rolls are really good in my opinion. And also like I really fuck with Ramenagi.
Oh, Ramenagi is very good.
Ramenagi is really good. And also like for me, a lot of people do like all ramen is pork broth. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I go somewhere in Sawtell, I can only get the vegetarian option. And the vegetarian option at Ramenagi is the best vegetarian ramen I've ever had. Genuinely fantastic. Now, while we're still in the food category, what is the most overrated
Oh
food?
my god, let me tell you.
I already know what this motherfucker's gonna say.
Pasta Sisters is fucking ass, dude. Pasta Sisters. Okay, so everybody
I love Pasta
forever
Sisters.
has been gassing up Pasta Sisters, right? So one day I was high as fuck. I was like, dude, I'm about to eat some good food, right? And I was close to Pasta Sisters, so I got real excited. And I'm going there, and I'm with my girlfriend, and I'm like, dude, we're about to eat, right? So we go, and I'm just chilling. You know, I order the menu. Dude, I'm so excited. I'm looking at these things. I'm like, I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, I don't know if it's that good, but I'm sure it's good, right?
Yeah.
And then the first thing they come up with is the bread. How the fuck do you fuck up bread? That shit was so ass, bro. Like, it was dog water, right? Like, I'm telling you, I was fried, and I didn't even want more, right? Like, it's free bread. I didn't even want it. So I'm like, okay, maybe the pasta is what gives it the glory.
Okay.
So I get my pasta, a standard, classic, easy, can't fuck upable red pasta. Oh my god, that shit was so dog water, bro. I'm like, okay, I'm not eating this shit. So I'm like, let me take some of my girl's food. I eat that shit. I'm like, I'm not eating this shit either. And I've been shitting on this goddamn stupid ass overrated restaurant forever. I don't know why everyone likes it. Maybe it's the fact that its name is nice. Pasta Sisters. This is the definition of just cheap mentality. It's so ass.
I'll be honest, I think Pasta Sisters is overrated, but I don't know what this motherfucker would be tasting,
so
bro.
ass,
Cause like I go there and it's just some good pasta, and I like the bread, bro. The bread's
No,
soft.
it's so bad.
It's so soft,
It's
and they give you like the
so
vinaigrette
good.
also.
But
So
how would you fucking want? Wait, do you have dinner plans?
Tonight? No,
Do you want to eat Olive Garden?
bro. I got scammed last time at Olive
Bro,
Garden,
trust us, eat Olive Garden, bro.
No, because here's my problem with Olive Garden.
Please.
Okay, so last time Kevin was working, you know what I'm saying? He's a working man. It was me, Mikey, Albert. We go and we get never-ending pasta at Olive Garden. We end up spending $24 each.
Yeah, but hear me out. That's where you fucked up, because when you go with me, you only spending $12.
Which you only spend $12.
All right, hear me out. So at home, my family, we go to Olive Garden all the time, like once a week, twice a week. And I get the same thing every time. Spaghetti with meat sauce. That's it. It's $12, and they give you unlimited breadsticks, unlimited soup, and you just eat until you're full. And it's so nice. I think we should go to Olive Garden, and you should give it another chance.
Listen, I fuck with Olive Garden, but like I feel like it's not worth like going out there on some shit, bro.
Bro, I'll drive you, bro. It's dude. We just gotta go, and also it's a nice adventure. You know what I'm saying? It's in like Culver City Mall, kind of cute.
Listen, I'm down to eat out tonight, and like you know what I'm saying, like have some fun with my taste buds. I don't know if I'm down for Olive Garden.
All right, fine.
tonight,
We'll find something else.
Well, we'll figure something out. We'll update the viewers. You know what I'm saying, afterwards. But now I'm moving on to my favorite segment. It's called Under or Over the Canopy. Under the Canopy is I'm gonna ask you deeper type questions that are more sincere to the heart. And then Over the Canopy, I just ask you some retard shit. So, which one would you like to start with first?
Oh, so we're doing both.
We're gonna do both.
Let's start with Over the Canopy.
Over the Canopy? What anime baddie are you fucking?
Oh, bro, Ezra Scarlet from Fairy Tail, bro. That bitch is bad.
Ezra Scarlet is a baddie, bro. Also, the fact with Fairy Tail is like there's so much fan service, bro.
Yeah, bro. They be blessing you on some real
Bro,
shit.
I remember the episode where Urza is like in a Santa Claus costume.
Oh my
and
god.
And Mary Jane is spanking her with a wooden paddle,
Bro,
bro.
that's just crazy. That shit, I swear the reason why Fairy Tail is so big is just straight fan service.
Because they deadass got the baddest bitches, bro.
Yes, dude. It's actually, they're different. They shit on every other verse.
They actually are different. Okay, I think for me, I have a couple, right? I think Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, I can see that one.
She's a baddie for sure, bro. I think the fifth Mizukage.
Oh, the fifth Mizukage.
is a
Jeez, is wrong.
She's a baddie, bro.
Yeah, dude, she's a baddie.
Also, this is just coming to the top of my head. I've never thought of this answer. But the shawty from Cyberpunk, bro.
Oh, Lucy is so bad.
Also, Lucy from fucking Fairy Tail is a baddie, bro.
I'm a Fairy Tail's a baddie.
Next question. Do you have any embarrassing moment in your life that you're like, damn, that was embarrassing as fuck?
Bruh. There has to be, dude. I mean, like...
I'll let you cook on it while I check the camera, okay?
Right. I think there has to be one.
Oh, we're doing fantastic at time. 40 minutes in.
Bro, I definitely have one, dude. Fuck. Oh my god, bro. Okay, so basically,
let's hear it.
I have this is like one of my go-to funny stories. The freshman year, I came to college. I was like trying like a bunch of substance first time. You know, I really liked weed, so I get high a lot, right? But like I ate edibles because I didn't like smoking that much, right? I eat the edible, and the next morning I'd still be kind of high, right? So this one day, I was still faded as fuck, right? And so we go to the dining halls, right? And normally I sit with my friends and everyone, right? And so like I go, and normally like my girlfriend at the time, who was like friends with all of us, she always eat orange juice, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, like I obviously just drink that orange juice, right? And I just drink it, you know, it's like basically like communal, right? So I'm going, and like for some reason I'm like tweaking, right? So like I go up, and like so everyone's gotten seated, they're all getting food or whatever, and I go down to where I think my table is, right? And I see the orange juice, so I pick up the orange juice, I start chugging that shit. I clear it, right? And I look down, and some random ass motherfucker's just like, what the fuck? And I realized, I drank a random motherfucker's orange juice right in front of him. And he was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, oh.
Was it a random table?
It was a random table, I wasn't sitting there.
How the fuck did you get that shit mixed up?
Because I was still fried. It was like behind or whatever, and I just saw orange juice, I just started chugging that shit.
That reminds, okay, I wasn't sure about what I was going to say for my embarrassing story, but also, what dining hall were you?
Colbell.
Okay, I was in the Nev when this happened. So, one night, I go with my friends, and I get turned, right? Like, so turned that, like, I have to Uber home, and I was, like, half a mile away from the dorms, you know what I'm saying? So, I was turned, right? I wake up in the morning, I wake up, like, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., because when I get really turned, I wake up hella early for some reason. So, like, you know what? I'm early, I'm going to go to the Nev on some shit. So, I go to the Nev, I'm, like, there, like, there's not many people in there, you know what I'm saying? It's just me and all the other, like, Asian tryhards that, like, wake up early and shit.
Yeah.
So, I'm there, and I'm eating some cereal. And I'm really eating the cereal, and I'm almost done with the bowl on some shit, right? And I get really fucking nauseous. Like, really fucking nauseous out of nowhere. And I just yak in the cereal bowl.
Oh my God.
I'm eating it, and I go, bleh, all in that fucking cereal bowl.
Oh my
And I remember it was so loud and so audible that everyone looked around, and they saw, like, the cereal bowl and then the surrounding table is covered in yak.
Oh, hell no.
That was one of my most embarrassing moments. And then I left, I cleaned up my mess, I walked back. And then on the walk back to the dorm, I threw up like 4 more times.
That's disgusting. Do you drink a lot the night before?
I drank a stupid amount.
Oh my god, that's so
stupid amount. This is a side note, a tangent. Genuinely, the worst feeling in the world is getting too drunk.
Yeah.
It's genuinely, like,
it's so
I don't recommend it for anyone. I mean, you have to experience it for yourself, but, like, it's so ass, bro.
It's so ass, bro.
I don't know how motherfuckers, like, at our age, like, do it still.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like, motherfuckers out here still be, like, blacking out on the daily and shit. Like, dude, that's just, like, unsustainable type shit.
It's crazy because, like, I feel like in college, I understand the appeal of drinking hard, you know what I'm saying? But there's motherfuckers that I know that are 23, 22, 23, and every weekend, they go out, like, 2-3 times. And they get turned.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they get turned as fuck. And I'm like, bro, how is you doing this, bro?
Yeah, how are you doing? I have no idea. Couldn't be me.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a deep philosophical question now. You know what I'm saying? If you could gain $3,000 for each pound you like gain from what you are right now, okay? Mm-hmm. But you have to hold that weight for 1 year. How many pounds would you add?
I have to hold that weight for a year?
You have to hold it for a year.
So I'm 180, right? So wait, so I have a question then. Does it have to be fat?
Yeah, it's fat.
So then another question is, if I gain this fat, can I lose current fat to address that fat?
No, like if you're 180 and you decide to go to 210, you will stay at 210 for an entire year.
And I can't upgrade my current health.
You can't upgrade your current health.
Okay, zero.
Zero?
Zero.
Bruh.
Well, I'll tell you why, right? Think about it like this.
3K for every pound.
No.
For 1 year.
Yeah,
1 year of your life.
Look. I think like 1 pound, sure, whatever. But the thing is like, because I do want to be a lot healthier moving forward, right? So if this locks my health up for 1 year, it's just not worth it. Because the big thing, that's why I asked a clarifying question. Can I cut down my current health to address for this fat, right? Because then I could be like, if I cut down to 170, then it'd be 171. I'd be down for that, right? But I'm not really down, like 3,000, bro. Fuck no, bro. Like my health was worth way more.
So personally for me, right, I'm 188 right now. I would gain 210, so that's 22 pounds. 22 times 3, 66K for 1 year. 66K for a year. I can go for a year to like the Bahamas, to Bali, to Thailand, and just really ball out. Or I could just give that money to like my parents on some shit. Like here, mom, here's $66,000.
Nah, bro, dude.
But like, it's just 1 year where you're fat.
Bro, dude.
It's 1 year.
If I pulled up to my mom, like, here's 66K, she would give a fuck for 66K. Why are you so fat, bro? What's wrong with you? And she'd be so disappointed. She'd be so sad.
Okay, my last question for Over the Canopy. Have you ever been caught beating your meat?
No.
Never? Not even like remotely?
No.
Type shit. I have this story. I've never been caught beating my meat, but I remember I was a freshman in high school, and whenever my parents would go to sleep, I would beat the fuck out of my meat. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. And I remember freshman year, I was like getting like bad grades. Like I was like B's, like I had like 3 B's or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And my dad starts to yell at me. He's like, "You're such a disappointment. You're doing so bad. How are you gonna get into college with all these bad grades, etc., etc." And then he hits me with this line. He's like, "You don't think I know what you're doing at night? I know what you do at night." And I looked at him and I was like, and it was just that realization that this motherfucker knew that every night for an hour, I was just
For an hour?
Yeah.
Wait, how long are your sessions?
Like when I was like a freshman in high school, like I was like doing like 2 times, but back to back.
Yeah, but how long?
Like 20 minutes each session.
Wait,
like I beat my meat for 20 minutes, and then I take 20-minute refractory, and I do it for 20 minutes again.
Yeah, I can see multiple times, but like, does it still take you that? Did you still do that long?
To like 20 minutes when I beat off?
Yeah.
No, whenever I beat off now on some TMI shit, I like beat off as fast as I can.
Yeah, so like
just to like get out
2
of my
minutes,
system.
yeah, right.
Like I'll beat off like maybe like 5 minutes.
Oh.
But that's literally just so I can like get like the, like, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like refresh my
Yeah,
brain.
yeah,
on
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I 100% agree with you.
Because like, bro, you ever been studying for too long, or like doing some bullshit, and you're like, you know, I need like a system reclear, and you go, and then you're back to normal or some shit, bro.
Yeah, I can see that. Nah, I'm with you there, cause like, I remember you told me this one story about that one homie who like post up with like their phone and hella tabs for like an hour.
I have a homie, right? I won't name his name, but like what he does is he goes in the shower, he sets up his laptop, right? And he has multiple different porns on each tab of the laptop, and while he's in the shower, he like beats his meat for an hour and he flicks in between the tabs. He has all of them running at the same time.
That's crazy.
And then I remember him telling me this, and I was like, that's dedication. That's dedication to the art,
bro,
of beating your meat.
So I think that's crazy, because for me personally, it's like a minute max, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm in and out. It's not. It's like mimosas. It's like it's just about clearing your brain, getting back on track.
It's like a refresh, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Okay, fantastic. Now, on to the last segment of the podcast, Under the Canopy. Are you ready to get under the canopy?
Under the canopy. Under the canopy!
All right, I'm going to ask you some deep questions, and just answer from the best of your ability. And I'm going to also do the same for myself, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right now, I want you to think about this chapter of your life, right? Everything that you're going through, where you want to go next. What would you label and name this chapter of your life?
Chapter as in post-college?
Well, just this chapter of your life, what you feel like you're going through right now. For me, I would label this period of my life discovery. Because right now, I'm in like this limbo state where I'll be honest, I don't really know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker is unemployed. I don't really have a next step. But I call it discovery because I'm doing myself in a bunch of different avenues. You know what I'm saying? I'm exploring with Under the Canopy. I'm exploring with Meat Bros. I'm exploring with Collective Conscious. And I'm exploring with still trying to get a motherfucking job. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know where my life's gonna go or like what will solidify. I don't know if this podcast will pop off. I don't know if Meat Bros will pop off. But this stage of my life where I'm hopeless and I'm kind of like in a limbo stage, I call it discovery because I'm discovering where I'm going next.
I can see that. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So if I were to put, so I would say my college life for sure was like just fucking like I was just living. You know what I'm saying? I was like
Life. Would you call it life?
I call it life. I was just having a good ass time. That shit was just like I wouldn't say indulgence because it's bad. I would say like it's just like freedom. It was just freedom. That was freedom, right?
Okay. You were hitting the Aaron Yeager pose, huh? Freedom.
Yeah, that was freedom. Like college was just straight freedom. I was doing whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I was basically, I was just like chilling. I was like hitting every single thing I needed to do. I was getting jobs. I was just like, it was just easy, right? I was just doing everything. Now it's like, I spend most of my time working, right? Trying to make whatever I do work. But like, I feel like the bigger thing now is like, almost in sense of discovery. But I wouldn't say it's discovery because I'm not actively trying to discover. It's more like, from now until like, for a while now, it's like, it's almost like trying to get freedom back. Like I need freedom again, but like where does freedom come from? Essentially the long grind to find and achieve that freedom.
That's a good answer.
Yeah,
that's a good
I
answer.
don't know how to name it, but that's how I describe it.
No, I think that's beautiful. I'm also really happy that you were able to identify a moment of your life where you were happy and like you're like, okay, that is what I want, and you want to return back to it.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. Dude, just so much freedom.
So much freedom, bro. I think that's why like a lot of people like post college, they call it the best years of their life because college you generally just have so much freedom.
Yeah.
To do whatever the fuck you want to do, and you could just be retarded and there's no repercussions.
Yeah, dude. Like I think up until the end of college, life is built for you to succeed. Like you just have to just do. But afterwards, you're on your own. You know.
You're on your own, on some real shit, and I've been experiencing that. It's hard sometimes. What would you label your happiness right now on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say like a 6.5 to a 7, 6.8.
Okay.
Chill.
I think for me right now, I would label it like a 5. Because I think I'm very blessed, and I'm like a lot of things. Like I'm very thankful that I have homies to do under the canopy with me. I think I'm very blessed that I have food and that like I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I am better than 99% of humanity. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for that. But I think relative to right now, I think it's just I want to challenge myself and I want to do something big and meaningful and feel like I'm living up to my like potential. I don't feel like I'm doing that right now.
I see.
So my happiness right now is a 5, but I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not sad that it's a 5. I'm just like, it's a 5 right now. And I'm completely chill with that.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's also like, it's also chill to not always be at a 10 because that's like low-key really hard.
Yeah, and I think like if you automatically, everything in your life is a 10 or an 8 or 9, like it's not real life. Real life is struggle. Real life is hard sometimes, and like you, instead of trying to run away from that hardship, sometimes you just endure it and like really just live in it. Yeah, like so I would say the reason I say 6.8 is like I know what life was like when I had full on like so I describe freedom, right? I think there's like the freedom. It was like I just had no constraints just because like I just could do whatever. Like the life was truly in my hands. I could book a flight to Japan and go there the next day, right? Like there's nothing holding me back. My family was healthy, happy. Like I had a ton of friends around me. Just a huge. Everything was there, right? That's why I was a 10. I think and the biggest thing I think is actually there is like time, right? Time to explore, time to become 10, right? I do think that truly when someone is fully self-actualized, they can become 10 no matter what, right? Absolutely.
But obviously I'm not there yet. I need to take some more shrooms for that. But as of now, I mean, I think a 6.8 is a pretty like, it's not like the best, but I'm chilling. I'm like, I'm still very blessed with everything. That's why it's still above the natural threshold. I'm still on the happier end, right? I'm just not the most goated. I'm not like doing anything too crazy right now. So yeah. All
right, fantastic. For these next 4 questions, you ever heard about the game We're Not Really Strangers?
Yeah.
It's a board game where you play it with your friends and you try to get closer to them. So for these next 4 questions, I got a lot of inspiration from that. What parts of yourself do you see in me?
Okay, so the first one that comes to mind, I think is one of the most traits I respect the most about Mood, and that there's instantly, then I have to think about this one, is your ability to love and have patience with your family and care for them more than anything else, right? I think that's very clear. I think we're both older siblings that sort of understand this.
Yeah.
But I can see in Mood's friendships and the way that he talks about supporting his family, the way that he goes back to see them, and the way he talks to them, that we share a very strong love and affinity and care for the ones that we hold dear. I think that's by far the most respectable trait that I can see in someone, and seeing that in Mood is very, very like, it's goated, right? On some other shit though, we're both hella retarded. I think we both have like on the aspect of freedom, I think Mood has a lot of free will, a lot more than I do, which I think is very respectable. But like, you know, I still think that's very similar. Also, I think we just have like similar sense of humor. I mean, yeah, I think he has a lot of the values that I think are very important, that I want to exhibit, but also are very similar in that regard.
Thank you. I think the traits of myself that I see in you, I think we're both very optimistic people. I think we both have the mentality that at any point your life can be exponentially better, and it's just waiting for that stroke of luck or that stroke of hard work to pay off. I think we are both very family and friends centric, like what you said. I think the biggest thing about us is that we don't take life too seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's like a big commonality that I see in Kevin, is just we don't take life seriously, and we understand the position that we're in and how blessed we are. So why take it seriously? I think me and Kevin were always just joking around and always just trying to enjoy life to the fullest, because that's how it's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah, like sending those yay gifts to that one dude.
Bro, we have this in the pledge, in the frat that we were in, DSP, Delta Sigma Pi. Oh wow, skateboarders. There's this one pledge, and he wants speakers to come out for alumni night, and he asked me and Kevin individually. We just made a group chat with him, started saying him hella gay gifs, bro. And then after that, he never asked us to be a speaker, bro.
He was not fucking with us, bro.
He was not fucking with us, bro. For on to the next question, what makes you feel closer to me?
Like in general, or what?
Or like what moments or maybe tasks or things that we do together that makes you feel close to me?
Honestly, I think it's just like, because we've done so many random adventures together, and I think generally, I think what's a very good testament to your closeness with someone is how comfortable you are with them just being in your circles, right? Like when my friends from home come, Mood is like, it's like introducing your family to like your friends or something. But like obviously it's a lot easier with Mood than like your family. So like, it's like knowing that like, it's a very clear representation of his position in my life as a core, not just participant, but as just a core integral aspect of me, right? So I don't think it's something that's like any situations that bring this on. It's more just the collective flow that we've gone through, and how deep the connection has gotten to where it's like, yeah, like that's just the boy.
I think for me, it's like, I think a perfect representation of your closeness with someone is when you can be doing absolutely anything with them, watching anime, just chilling, doing nothing, eating, and you just feel fine. You know what I'm saying? And you don't feel like the need to, you don't necessarily feel the need to be like extremely social or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could just vibe out. You know what I'm saying?
Like we can, when we go to dinner time, we can just sit and say nothing and still be lit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a really good way, and that's what things I enjoy with Kevin. Like, we could just be sitting there saying nothing, and it's fine, because like we understand we don't need to be actively communicating for everything to be chilling. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of think it's like you know, Moo kind of like a girlfriend now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Kevin's like my girlfriend also, bro.
You could just be chilling, and like, you know how somebody just chill with your girl, you're not really doing shit? That's like me and Moo.
Oh god, I think that's a good way of putting it. We're gonna do this for the other person. I can go first. What do you think my defining characteristic is? I think for you is how you treat your friends. I think you are always super kind and respectful and accommodating for your friends. And I think across the board, whenever anyone talks about you, they mention the way that you treat your friends. So I think that's your defining characteristic.
Oh, I really appreciate that. I think it's hard to put a defining characteristic because you're very defined in multiple types of ways, right? I think there are a few avenues that you can go down. One, I think the friend part you mentioned, I actually feel the exact same way towards how you do it. But I think it goes a bit beyond that, more like an intrinsic trait. I think there's one part I would say is just like the free will you have to just explore and do whatever is right for you and yourself. Like you know, I was talking about alignment with your path earlier. Yeah. I think you're actually so aligned with who you are, right? But honestly, what else is crazy is you have insane patience too, which I think is, I really just never see Mood press on some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like
It's having younger siblings, bro. That's what it taught me, bro.
yeah. I feel like the biggest thing though, I think is just you have a ton of free will.
Thank
Free will is the one.
And for our last question of this segment, and we're gonna close off the podcast after this, is on a spiritual, philosophical level, why do you think we met?
I think, well, if I were to put it into like a glorified, let's say like everything is fate, positioned by God type of stance, I think when I went through so when I think about like life, right, regrets or anything, one of the first things that comes to mind, well, like in terms of why I never even felt a single shred of, let's say, oh, I'm sad that, let's say, me and my first girlfriend broke up, is because I'm now so tight with Mood. And like, it's kind of a meme. I was like, yeah, Mood was my interim girlfriend for the time. But Mood was just like, it was just like, like I said earlier, it's like I've known him for my entire life, right? But just like, it just feels like a piece of me, right? And I wouldn't say I think it reestablished in me, I think for a long, like right now I'm super comfortable in my life, right? Like just like in general, like I'm in a very good relationship, good friends, good job, everything. But on the good friendship aspect, I think it was really solidified by meeting Mood, right? Like Mood is just like, he's just so raw. Like I think in terms of guiding and like a spiritual guiding essence, it's like Mood is a very good person to have in my life because it keeps the parts of me that I think are like the desires I talked about earlier. Mood is actually the representation of why I can never fall into the trap of just being stuck in the system, just living not for the dreams I truly want, right? Because I see Mood doing Collective Conscious, doing Under the Canopy, doing Meet Bros, but he's just always on some innovative shit, right? And it's like they're always akin to him. So I think it's like a reminder in my life I need to be like that.
I think kind of very similar to like what I was gonna say. I think in life, when you have these ambitions or being optimistic or being kind, sometimes your belief in your own optimism or your own innovation, it wavers, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's not always easy being optimistic. It's not always easy trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna escape the matrix on some bullshit, because it's hard. It's generally hard, and that's why the majority of people, like, they almost like, they fall into the trap of the world. And I think the reason why I met Kevin was almost like an example of when my optimism is wavering, when my belief is on the hinge of breaking. I can look at Kevin and be like, his beliefs, his morals, his way of living is intact. You know what I'm saying? And if his Nindo way can be intact, then mine can be intact also. And it's almost like, I think in life, you're going to meet so many people that are pessimistic, and they just have not necessarily a negative outview of life, but they have like a very cynical way of looking at life. Like, life is hard, life is like inevitable, we live to work and all that bullshit. And I think when you meet someone that resonates with your core, you need to keep that person around, because they're almost like a mirror reflection of you, and they encourage you to stay true to yourself. So I think that's why we met.
Yeah, I think we had very similar answers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, this is the episode of Under the Canopy.
Under the Canopy.
I want to thank you so much, Kevin, for doing this.
This is
today.
So fire.
We're at the beautiful Sculpture Garden, and it's a fantastic day. We're going to go get some food. Maybe it's Olive Garden, maybe it's not. But I've started doing this segment, Kevin, where all the notes and questions I have, I just want to give this to you as a little memento for like doing this. And I thank you for doing the podcast. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. This is dope.
Well, see you later.
See you later, Under the Canopy.